Hi there, I'm Darren McDermott bringing you this update on Italy. Well, Italy's GDP contracted for its 8th consecutive quarter. However, what is positive is that it shrank less than expected. I have Clemente De Lucia, senior economist at BNP Paribas in Paris, on the line. Hi Clemente, so do you think this means its longest post-war recession is slowly bottoming out?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the contraction of activity is decreasing, and this is positive news. Still, activity is still contracting, but we can see that the process of contracting is easing, and going forward, I think activity could swing back to growth in the second half of the year. This is what survey data suggests. There are many confidence indicators that are increasing, and that they are signaling just that the dynamics is positive for Italy. Like there is, for instance, the PMI composite for activity that signaling that probably activity was just stabilizing in July. And therefore, if this piece of increasing on confidence should be confirmed going forward, it could be that Italy GDP could come back to growth in the quarter ahead. For Italy, I think activity should again for the whole year should fall by around 2%. However, this 2% coming from the negative activity recorded in the first quarter of the year. It was minus 0.3% quarter on quarter, and from the contraction recorded at the last quarter of the year in 2012, where activity was falling by 0.9% quarter on quarter. Therefore, the fall recorded in these two quarters more or less affected all the average of the year. So, activity in 2013 will probably contract by as large as 2%. But we can see that we are probably bottoming out of the recession.
And yesterday, Clemente, Italian bond yields hit their lowest since mid-June after services data beat forecasts, and comments from Silvio Berlusconi eased investor concern about its fragile government. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, that was a positive news that the yields are decreasing, because for Italy it is essential that interest rates decrease. First of all, because monetary and financial conditions in Italy are still relatively tight. And if yields on bonds are relatively tight, the conditions for all the market will be tighter, like lending for banks, lending that banks do for non-financial corporations on the mortgage or whatever can be. The higher the bonds, the higher, more or less, in general speaking, all the interest rates on loans. Therefore, this is positive news. Yields are decreasing for different reasons, like the fiscal consolidation measures that have been taken are producing positive effects. But there's also other aspects, like all the measures that have been taken by the European leaders to have a long-run solution for the Eurozone. These measures are contributing to reduce interest rates for Italy. However, I would add that there is no time for complacency, because the Italian debt is still extremely high, and should market sentiment turn, then interest rate could increase again. And given that Italy is paying each year around 5% of GDP in terms of interest rate charge, then this is quite high and quite important. So, if markets turn against Italy, the charge that Italy has to pay in terms of interest rate is still relatively high. Therefore, Italy has to continue on the process of reforms.
And what major events will you be keeping an eye out for over the coming weeks in terms of Italy?
Over the coming weeks, clearly the stability of the government it is the thing that has to be watched closely. It is in the interest of everyone in Italy to have a government, and therefore I think that there should be all people, all parties has to continue to go on in supporting the government and force probably also the government to take actions in promoting growth. There is no interest of everyone to make the government fall apart.
Thank you very much, Clemente, for that. Well, viewers, do stay tuned to Ducascopy TV, and tomorrow we'll be looking at China's economy. But for now, have a good day.